Pleasure to meet you.
Remember last time.
Biggs.
Yo.
What are you doing?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Oh yeah.
Who's that guy?
Thumbs up.
This is awesome. Chasing clout.
That's probably the best.
Sorry.
All right.
Hey,
brother.
What's
up, Ryan?
It's like a family reunion, dude.
Really just great.
What's up, man?
This is great.
18-year plan, right? Both
Yeah.
of you guys.
What's that?
Both of you guys were 18-year.
Yeah, that's right. 18-year twins.
You got tied.
Good. Lying cop on day one of the J6 committee said that I'm the one that started the whole thing. You're a liar. And I'm back here, and my life's still better than yours.
That's
Right? Nothing going on.
I got here a little bit late because my deal with Steve Bannon, so they did the little speeches over there at the pizza.
They're trying to talk to me right now.
Get a little bit of video.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
my name's Joe Biggs.
Hey, Lieutenant Jackson.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, we're just out here. We're going to do speak to some reporters, do a few pictures, and be out of your hair. We're not going to cause any trouble or anything like
Sounds
that.
good, as long as you guys are following the rules.
It ain't gonna be like last time, I can tell you that.
Where's the FBI agents? Just make
Thank
sure.
you.
All right, thanks.
Strange, because this side was like World War III. We were being flashbangs and tear gas for no reason. It was crazy. So I make my way around to the other side, and it was like a Woodstock concert. Officers were hugging us, opening the doors, letting us in. It was so surreal. It's thinking back on it, it's almost like it was a dream. It was just crazy, man. Anyway, we're gonna go check it out. I'm glad I'm free. I'm not behind the razor wire anymore. We have a great president in office. We're gonna reduce the size of the federal government. We're gonna close our borders. I know he can do a lot of other great things. Hey, we're shutting down USAID. They're gonna quit stealing our money. We're going to claw back every we can, and hopefully we'll be able to take them in court and put the real criminals in prison. There's some people in the D.C. right here that have committed treason against the people. Everybody needs to remember this. This is cool. I got some prison tattoos. And I got this one, and it says, "We the people." In the
application of a two-tier justice system that never would have taken place had we not had a bunch of Marxists infested within our government.
Yeah, but it's been going on for
never would have happened.
decades.
Check this
We're
out.
not really elect. We're just
Literally,
sliding
John
off.
Adams, the second president of the United States, defended British regulars after the Boston Massacre. John Adams is rolling in his grave right now because of what these judges and prosecutors and the mainstream media did to us. This is completely un-American to the core, and history is on our side. You can't fight that. You can't disagree with that. If John Adams is willing to defend British regulars who killed his own neighbors because American jurisprudence was worth it, then this never should have gone down like
They
this.
believe in fair trials.
Yep.
And that's so archaic, apparently. They don't believe in fair trials.
So find John Adams' grave, and I'd like McFadden to go apologize to that dead man because he let him down. And he.
You need to be on the same issue as we are. You need to get. It's crazy what they're doing with our money. We're going to clean that
I actually
up.
wasn't going to open my, because they're making me up, I wasn't going to open the shirt. But there you go, exclusive footage right here from News to Share.
For our children. Do you know I had people arrested?
Hey, no photos, no evidence. Come on.
That is so true. This is why we
Now that's a t-shirt.
Yeah, it's a
right there.
special
This
occasion
whole
shirt,
thing.
man.
I love it.
express our views on our false imprisonment and persecution, which is really the tip of the iceberg. It's what's done to millions of other Americans across the country. So we need serious DOJ reform and BOP reform and FBI reform. So hopefully now we'll get that. We have good people in the cabinet. Cash Patel was just confirmed yesterday. It's fantastic news.
that judges will be bureaucrats.
I certainly hope so. They should be impeached. Any judge that did not hold a fair trial should be impeached. Otherwise, what are they there for? Any like Judge Mehta displayed himself as a gross partisan. Hold on 1 second.
100%.
Hey.
No, just kidding, guys. Just kidding. We're not breaking. Monterey milkshake.
First instigator, agitator. over the fence and the crowd surged forward. So it's so surreal to kind of be right here and see all this, you know? I never thought I'd come back this way again.
Definitely a different experience.
Yeah.
Still got
Being
time.
here.
Guys, do y'all have the same mixed emotions I do? Yeah. You got good emotions, your PTSD's kicking a little bit. We could be attacked at any minute by rogue, Gestapo. We won't, not this time. We're in charge now.
Sorry, Bego, you're on your own this time.
Yeah. You know what?
You gotta find another desk, put your feet on.
There's a POW flag flying up there for our veterans.
That's right.
And that flag is also now for us. We were prisoners of war. Woo! Woo! But no more, baby. Look at this, guys. This is crazy. I've got to get around and get my tour in. Wow. What's up, bro? Hey, man. What is it? Big and beautiful as always.
Stay closer to him. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you. That's beautiful.
How you doing? Good to see you all.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Hands off the fence.
Enrique,
Chances. Got us. Touch the fence.
Okay. So, as for all of us, this is our first time back here for, I think, most of us, if not all. So we're all just kind of sitting here like, wow, like it's nostalgic, but a little bit, you know. Yeah.
It's covered with people.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like it's a different planet because I've never seen so many people in my entire life. It wasn't like a couple of, like a handful of extremists that they like to portray it as. It was literally over 1 million people. From what I could see, from here all the way down was just a sea of red, white, and blue and Trump flags. So it's like, that's easily, I mean, beautiful. It's got to be close to 1 million, if not more, I would say. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
2 million.
Yeah.
Easy.
I've never
Some
seen
big numbers. Let's bump the numbers up. Yeah.
5 million.
5 billion. 100 billion.
How many feds?
The whole world showed up that day.
He's good at somebody. Is there going to be like a battle between videographers and photographers?
We want to see a throwdown.
2 people.
Depending on the guys in the green
Cameras are
jackets.
dangerous weapons.
This is the dangerous weapon
Right?
Yeah. There we go. Hey, you
Made it.
Great. This is great.
That's right.
The balls on.
Woo!
Freedom.
Whose house? Our house. Whose house? Our house.
Whose desk?
His desk.
Our desk.
Bye, guys.
Again.
Okay, another picture?
You taking a knee, bro?
I got you. Take a knee.
All right. People in the front, in the back.
You got a short person in the back again.
Okay, Indian style. Knees bent, hands together.
There you go. Sit, kneel, stand. Record style.
Here, I'll get that here. I'm not.
Yeah, let's get some nice immigration shit.
Let me send you back. Take one. Get him, sugar lips.
I know about what's been going on the last 3.5 years.
That's just harass you. The FBI's got some dirty people in it that decided to play politics instead of to do the law. And so San Diego, you used to have the full weight of the government behind you, and now you have the full weight of the government coming at you, and you got me, and I'm fucking pissed. So I'm going to get my pound of flesh from you, San Diego. But thank God I moved to a free-loving state called Idaho, where the FBI there are straight. They don't play politics. They just enforce the law. They're kind and respectful. But in San Diego, that's about as deceitful as you can be. 26 pages. I want to write about each one of you. I want to put my hit pieces out on your lack of character, your thievery, your fraud.
What do you have to say about DC and your trial?
That's not a trial. That's a kangaroo court, man. There's no way. I couldn't present a defense. I couldn't, of each of my decisions, all I could just simply was defend what they say were my actions in there. All the videos showed helpfulness, but somehow they took still photos and tried to turn that into somehow that I had been making it difficult for officers. And no officer would testify to my participation. They all had amnesia, but they all had the exact same amnesia from the same script. And so when we asked officers if they remembered me, they were. I don't remember anybody. Everybody was bad. It was just like that was their go-to statement, and so I couldn't present that. For me, I was here with an off-duty officer. I was with my son's mother-in-law and a school teacher, and they started firing on us when we had a permit to be right behind me. There were 6 permits issued that day. I'm not saying that was a good idea or a bad idea. I don't run the Capitol building. But we had a right to be here, at least we thought we did. There wasn't a single barricade. There wasn't a single officer who said, you're not supposed to be here, ever. Not ever. And that's all the way through, up into the rotunda and out the back side of this place. And I spent a good 2 hours in here helping. And so for that, they tried to
this way, guys. We're heading down to the, heading over to the east side of the Capitol to set up for the press.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Enrique.
All these dudes. That's my brother Dominique. Like we always do. You know?
Yes.
Nobody's in danger. They never were in danger. The only one that was in danger was our Constitution. And we knew that. They stole the election. They tread on all over our rights by making. This had nothing to do with trying to tarnish the Constitution. It had everything to do with defending it, actually defending it, actually upholding our oaths. So they got it twisted, and it's our responsibility to fix history. So this is a big deal. Well, I'm going back to teaching, and you best believe I'm going to teach real history. You know?
Is that what you teach, history?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And now we got to contribute to it. How cool is that?
That's true.
Yeah.
Watch out, guys. They got kids coming through. Enrique, Dominique, Stuart, Ethan, Zack, and Ethan in the front. Then we're going to have our other guys, the Lost Boys, right behind us. And the rest of the guys after that. So let's get up. Where's Enrique at?
Get Ivan up here.
Where are we facing? Here. Ross. Here.
Right here,
Ethan. Stuart. Stuart, hop in here in the middle.
Get Ivan there next to Stuart.
There's Adam.
Where's Ivan at? Ivan, come up here. Okay, you're good.
Ready to rock?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got all the speakers.
Push over a little bit. All right, let's just, yeah, get back here if you're not. All right, here we go. We're going to start going forward, and we're going to go to our thing. All right, you guys ready? Start.
And 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Stay together, stay together, stay together.
Spread out a little bit. There you go. Perfect.
Slow down a little bit on the right.
Call here. We got some independents. Who else is here? Identify yourself.
No, that's a film crew for Enrique.
Flyers lie all the time. Fed.
Yeah, that's great.
Here, come on, here. Right here. Walk up like this. Let's go.
Brandon. You know I gotta be in front. Come on.
Here's the man, boys.
Tell me.
Ready? Come on up.
This is the first time they walk in a straight fucking line.
What's up, Beast?
What's up, brother? Okay.
Oh, they're good. Oh, wait. Tactical formation. Watch out. Go to the left. The attack file. Go to the left.
Oh, yeah, we don't want anybody to think we're stacking.
Don't touch the fence.
Yeah, no stacks.
There he is. Hey, Kyle Cheney from Politico is here. What's going on, Kyle? Good to see you.
All right, go to the right, go to the right, go to the right, go to the right.
Yeah, you guys did get a couple $1 million from USAID, didn't you?
All right, here we go. We're going to fly off this little area.
Yeah, we can.
Fences!
Do not touch the fence.
1312, 1312.
Fence is lava. Here we go. Stack up.
Go, hand on his shoulders. Stack up. All right, stop. We're going to stack. Stop.
Wedge formation.
Get behind him. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Are you?
We are the
chainsaw.
We're going to get right up here. Yeah, let's get right up here. We're going to do pictures of the proverbial.
Oh wow, I never guessed that.
That's right there.
Yeah, I know.
Right where Shane.
Watch step.
Is there a way for us to get? We're gonna have to go left, I think, right? Because you're like all the other American citizens just watching it on TV.
What were you doing that day?
All right, let's go over here to the sidewalk. And we're gonna. Can we get there? No, we might have to go around. Yeah, you can. We can go around that. Yeah, I see it. We can go around that and go down. We got to go down the stairs and then come back up.
Presence is real.
Let's go down here. This is the way I'm doing the same thing we did on that day.
Okay, thank you.
This is where Milkshake did that shit.
Oh, yes.
No, it's actually a flashlight. Yeah, it's a light.
Is that Brian? That's great. Well, I'll find you after I left the doctor.
Okay, no problem.
The terrorist.
Yeah, absolutely.
J6 is back.
Your face will never be back.
I make a lot of money with my money.
You don't.
Oh,
No, you don't. Okay.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
Nostalgia and piss off the libtards. So yeah, sorry, they want us to do this. We're going to be compliant. So if you guys can unhook this, I know it's a pain, but we're going to move over here. That way we can sit here, take our time, talk to you guys, and if you have questions, we'll answer them. All right. So let's do this. Let's knock it out real quick. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Do you want to go?
I've been on mic stand several times in my career.
There'll be 7 of us speaking for about 3 minutes, 4 minutes each. After that, we're going to open the floor for you guys to ask questions.
Whose house? Our house! Whose house? Our house!
January 6th, I saw everything! You pieces of garbage! I saw everything! You guys fucking assaulted me! You guys tore up my fucking sign! You guys sprayed me with bear mace, you fucking assholes! Fuck you, motherfucker! Fuck you!
You give me a voice.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Insurrection is bastard! Insurrection is bastard! Insurrection is
DC Neighborhood Commissioner!
Just give us a second.
USA! USA!
Thing off. I want to talk about some of the things that I experienced while going through the prison system here in the U.S. You know, we had to deal with the FBI, the DOJ, the court systems, and that was only a 4-year process for us, some of us less. But there's men and women that have been in jail for 30 plus years for crimes they didn't commit because judges are lazy, FBI agents are corrupt, and the system is broken. So we set, I don't know how many people I met that have been sitting in jail for 30-something years for something called ghost dope, and that's just something that's messed up. People having drugs, or not even having drugs on them, and being thrown in jail for it. So, you know, one of the things I want to work on now that I'm out and I'm home is prison reform and helping to get a lot of these individuals back to their families. You know, a lot of us lost our homes, a lot of us lost a lot of things, and I know that pleases some of you, but guess what? We're still going to have good lives and do better things than most of you ever will. That's just being true. So, you know what? Thank you for being here today. I just want to say, get over it. We're here. I don't have much to say today. I just wanted to say that. All I care about is getting the people home that aren't home yet, that should be home to their families. The court system is broke. The FBI is busted. I hope Cash Patel fix it. I hope Donald Trump does what he says he's going to do and pardons us and gets us our military rights back. Outside of that, I want some of these other guys to speak.
I'm Dominique Pezzola. Everybody knows me as the window guy. I'll him first?
Yes.
Sure. Okay. I was going to touch on what he was just talking about as well.
So I got a little brief statement I put out here. Let me see if there's a way I can put this up here. Okay. So it's been a long 4 years. Not just because I was, we were in federal prison for that time, but the torment the government put me and everyone through, and my family, just to try and win their case. They didn't want us, for one. Let's be clear about that. There was no plot to stop the peaceful transfer of power by us. We were merely there to protest the corrupt election and hoped our congresspeople would investigate the allegations of fraud. They didn't want us, though. They wanted President Trump, so they created bogus narratives about us, followed by bogus charges, in all attempts to remove President Trump from ballots. You've seen this throughout the election season. So I want to move on to, in this country, law enforcement is supposed to investigate a crime first, then arrest second. In our cases, we were arrested first and they created crimes second. Keywords: created crimes. There was, like I said, no seditious conspiracy, none. The government confiscated all our electronics between the 5 of us, and not one message out of 1.5 million messages that were retrieved mentioned any plan or about anything going to the Capitol that day. So the fact that the government still moved forward with this plot against us was nothing short of egregious, and in turn was a malicious prosecution. When there's a malicious prosecution, if you could, yeah, please. Thank you.
Historic moment. Cowboys,
okay. You had prosecutorial misconduct, and in our case, there was no shortage of that. The prosecutorial misconduct alone would make any American's stomach turn. Some of that we'll discuss today. Some we'll save for another day, and you'll understand soon why. But before we get into all that, I want to briefly talk about what I went through for merely showing up to a protest to support my then and now sitting president of the United States, President Donald Trump. After watching my friends get hunted down like animals by FBI informants posing as left-wing activists, my house was raided by the Biden regime's FBI, then got my bail denied after being accused or charged with zero violence. The stress caused my then 8-month pregnant wife to go into early labor a month early and almost die due to stress-related pregnancy. Afterwards, I was denied the opportunity to be a father to my daughter at all for the first years of her life because of this. The government was hell-bent on trying to break me numerous times, cutting off my military VA benefits long before I was even convicted, then suing my wife the summer of election for $95,000 in paid benefits, over $30,000 of which was interest that the government tacked on. They weren't trying to recoup lost funds. They were trying to acquire my home in the middle of the election season with the hopes that my wife and daughters would be kicked out on the street and I would break down and offer to become a witness against President Trump so the harassment stops. This included getting my bank accounts, auto insurance, various other accounts closed on me while I was in prison that affected my wife more than anything. What they did was disgusting. Not only for me, but for my family as well, and should never happen to another American again. I sat in solitary confinement for much of this time as well, just like Mr. Biggs and many other gentlemen and some ladies here as well today. I want to say we endured this all for our country and President Trump, because we are innocent and we're not going to throw another innocent man under the bus, that man being President Trump. This is all unacceptable, and we want to set a precedent in our country that makes our government never want to act in this matter again towards another American.
Amen.
And that's why we're here today, to discuss our plans moving forward and how we can accomplish that goal. Thank you for your time.
God bless. God bless you.
Whose house is it?
Guys, that was Proud Boy Zack Real. That was Proud Boy Zack Real.
Thank you guys for your time. My name is Robert Abraham Morse. I just want to take a second to thank you guys for actually wanting to hear us out. You know, for the last 4 years, you guys have been spoon-fed narratives of who we are. You've never had a chance to actually get to know us. We're fathers, we're sons, we're business owners, we're parents. We've had our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honors destroyed. And you guys think we're terrorists because of the lies that you were spoon-fed, so I appreciate you guys taking the time to hear us out. I want you guys to consider something. Way back when our country used to stand for something, John Adams, who would later become the second president of the United States, was willing to defend British regulars who shot and killed people during the Boston Massacre in the court of law because he thought and he proved that American jurisprudence was worth it. Amen. Because it's always worth it to seek the truth. And what happened here amongst all of us, not just one J6er, but all the J6ers, was we were hung by a kangaroo court who got their lessons from Soviet Russia of how to handle people who disagree with the political narrative that's bought and paid for by the deep state. The judges, the prosecutors, they're all in on it. And we'd like to say that those men and women who were willing to turn a blind eye to the truth made our second president roll in his grave. So I appreciate that you guys are willing to hear us out because we have a grand story to tell. And it's a story about how we not just have a right to peacefully assemble and protest our government when we know for a fact that the election was stolen, we have a responsibility to do so. So we're here not just to fix history, but we're also here to confirm from here on out that we're the last political prisoners. Thank you all for your time. God bless you. We love you. We're not going to let you down. Stay tuned because the best is yet to come. Thank you very much. Amen. All right, well, I guess I can tell you about myself. My name is Robert Morse. I was a Ranger, 2nd Ranger Battalion. I left home at 17, joined the Army, went to Afghanistan 3 times. But the first time I went to Afghanistan, I learned that that wasteland that I was walking through would follow me home if the next generation didn't know how to keep this republic. So at that point in time, I was willing to dedicate my entire adult life to teaching real history that we can be proud of. And so at that point in time, I decided I'm not going to re-enlist. I'm going to dedicate my entire adult life to teaching the next generation how to be proud of the country that they're born into. I decided to get my degree in secondary education at Penn State on December 19, 2020. 2 weeks later, I was at the Capitol. And ironically, for the next 6 months, I was in the classroom spending time with students. I was able to fly from Pittsburgh to Reno to Utah and back, but it was only after my arrest did the FBI say that I was a danger to society and that I was a flight risk. And in fact, a year and a half into my incarceration, I finally get to see my evidence, and the FBI is bragging about how they were willing to arrest me on the last day of school because they knew it was going to hurt me more. And that's what this was about. It wasn't about justice. It was about who can we hurt and who can we put down. And then on top of that, it was about who can we intimidate. They don't want you to stand up against a tyrannical government. So they wanted to crush us as a sacrificial lamb. So they say, if you stand up, look at what'll happen. This never should have happened here in America. That's why we were pardoned. It wasn't because Trump was doing a solid for his boys. He's saying that we're done with political prisoners in America, period. If you broke the law, you ought to do the time. But we didn't break a law like domestic terrorists do. Sure, we might have trespassed, but then charge us with trespassing. Don't charge us with betraying our government and our country that we love. Because I fought terrorists. I hunted down Taliban. So to turn around and call me a domestic terrorist not only is a crime, it's un-American. So hopefully from here on out, that changes. Not just with Trump, but the next generation that I will teach to love this country and to love our founding fathers, the Constitution, and the God above who delivered us. Thank you very much.
Amen. Amen. So what man means for evil, God can use for good. Just as Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers, but ended up saving many lives, so too for this country here. What was done to President Trump, the lawfare against him, the lawfare against us, has been used for good. Every time they attacked him, he only got stronger. They tried to disqualify him from being able to run under the 14th Amendment. That's what this was all about. All this was like a massive conspiracy case with President Trump, a massive fake conspiracy case with President Trump as the designated kingpin, Enrique, Tarrio, and I as his designated lieutenants, and all of the Oath Keepers and Proud Boys as the spearhead of this so-called insurrection conspiracy. Complete false garbage. And all the other people in here as rank and file soldiers. All this complete nonsense. The false narrative was set very early. February 16, 2021, Benny Thompson, member of Congress, the guy who went on the chair of the J6 Select Committee, filed a lawsuit along with other members of Congress suing President Trump, Giuliani, Oath Keepers and Proud Boys, just weeks after the Capitol incident, alleging a conspiracy to disenfranchise black voters by challenging the election as unconstitutional and stolen, and also attacking democracy. That's where the narrative was set. Everything else was a dog and pony show trials, both in the Jake 6 Select Committee public show trial, and all of our trials were just manufactured show trials to make that true, to arrive at a destination they already decided on long ago. They knew where they wanted to go. And all of our trials are just a way to get there. So that's why they charged Oath Keepers and Proud Boys with the seditious conspiracy. The only people charged with that were us, members of our two groups, to make it look like, oh, these two dangerous groups, these violent groups. My organization is made up of military and police officers, firefighters, and EMTs. I was a paratrooper in the Army, disabled veteran. I was a firefighter. About 30% of our guys were law enforcement officers. Some of them were here on Capitol grounds that day helping police officers. But they were not allowed to show that to the jury. Mike Nichols, a New York City Oath Keeper cop, retired, was here. He was asked by Tarrio Johnson on that day. That's the black officer that wore a MAGA hat to get through the crowd. He was asked by Tarrio Johnson to help get Capitol police officers out of the Capitol. He went inside with him, escorted them out. We couldn't show that video. We couldn't have him testify at our trial because that went against the false narrative that all the Oath Keepers were there to cause violence and they were the most violent organization. Nowhere in our history, we did thousands of security operations all over the country protecting free speech. A lot of times we partnered up with Proud Boys successfully, starting off in Berkeley, twice in downtown Berkeley. No one ever got hurt. None of the guys, none of the people we were protecting got hurt, and no one in the crowd got hurt, and not even the Antifa got hurt. Because we use our deterrence alone. Not one time has any Oath Keeper punched, kicked, bludgeoned, pepper sprayed, or shot anyone in this country. And yet they call us one of the most violent organizations. It's complete nonsense. These are honorable men who serve their country, many of them combat veterans, like my brothers here, or retired police officers, very honorable people. But they wanted to demonize us, make it look like this is something you guys buy into it. Half the country, unfortunately, buys into the propaganda about our two groups. That was the whole point of our prosecutions. And that's why I had nothing but speeding tickets as my priors. That's quite a rap sheet, right? And yet I was held in solitary confinement from the day of my arrest, denied pretrial release, all through pretrial, over a year in solitary confinement. I know Joe Biggs did 2 years in solitary confinement. A lot of other guys here, a long time in solitary. Like Joe said, trying to break you, trying to coerce you into confessing to a crime you did not commit. I will never confess to a crime I did not commit. I will never bear false witness against anybody else. That's why I would not turn on President Trump. That's the ultimate goal they wanted. They told Enrique Tarrio, if he were to turn on President Trump, he could go home that day. None of us did that. We stood tall. That's why we're here to stand up for the rest of the guys, like Jeremy Brown. There's 6 others who are still being held. They got to be free.
Free Jeremy.
Thank you very much.
Free Jeremy.
Free Jeremy.
Free Jeremy.
Get him out there.
Founder of the Oath Keepers, Stuart Rhodes, that was.
What we do to our incarcerated people in this country is really bad, and it's something we should all get behind because it affects left and right now. And I made some promises to some good dudes in there that I would try to get the word out. Like Butner, North Carolina, that place is hell on. It's hell personified. Those guys are suffering there. It needs to be looked into. I know we got RFKs on board right now. Maybe he can do something, but I mean, they're abused, they're starved, they're neglected. There's no medical care. They left me with an injury for the whole time I was there. I was in pain for 4 years. I'm just finally now getting better. They told me I had cancer at one point, then they told me I didn't. So it's a joke there. They don't really help you until you're like on your last breath. We need to start treating our people better because there's no rehabilitation. That's why they come out and they reoffend because there's no hope for them. Their lives have been destroyed. Their families have, if they're still around, they want nothing to do with them. They have nothing. They have to go back to crime. Let's not do this to them anymore. So I think that's one thing. I mean, so many the brothers that I met in there, they were good dudes. I mean, I met leaders of Bloods, Crips. They got caught up in some stupid stuff, but they're good dudes. And this is what the system's been doing to them forever. None of us paid attention, but it affects a lot of us. Yep. And we know now. So I mean, I think as long as we got a voice, we got to do something about it. We got to start helping these guys out, man, because they're suffering.
That's right.
Amen.
Right.
Thank you, Dom.
Good job, Dom.
No man left behind.
So I prepared these words beforehand. My name's Enrique Tarrio, and I stand before you today, a man who was held captive in the American justice system for 1,050 days. A number that pales in comparison to the true suffering of those who stand with me here today. We gather at the base of the Capitol building, a place where peaceful protesters were fired upon by the very people sworn to protect us. A place where a spontaneous event was branded as a riot, orchestrated by none other than the government itself. They accused us, the Proud Boys, of planning a coup, a lie perpetrated by the Biden regime to destroy our lives, to silence our voices and to break our spirits. My mother and my wife, they cried. They suffered for 3 years. They felt the weight of the injustice of a regime that sought to break us for nothing more than standing up for what we believe in. They put us in cages, not for a crime, but for political gain. We were tortured, not just in body, but in our spirit. Our families, harassed. Our doors, kicked down. Shattered by men in uniform with no respect for the sanctity of our lives. This had never been done before, not in the history of the justice system and in America as we know it. But this isn't about me, it's about all of us.
Amen.
All right. The men and women who stood up to protest a corrupt election, the men and women who were targeted, persecuted, and imprisoned by a government that sought to erase us. Look around me. Those of us standing in unity, some of us, with world-class military history, had their VA benefits taken away. For some of us, years of our lives were stolen. This was devastating, but what's worse than losing years of your life? Losing your life entirely. This building behind me, the Capitol, is a murder scene. The souls of the brave men and women who gave it all on January 6th, and I'm going to say their names. Ashley Babbitt.
God rest Ashley Babbitt.
Roseanne Boyland. Benjamin Phillips.
God bless them.
And Kevin Greason will never be forgotten. Despite the sinister intentions of a corrupt system, we will not let their deaths be in vain. We are here today to remember them and to honor them. We will not allow the government to rewrite history. We will not allow them to control the narrative. We will not stand idly by our brothers and sisters are crushed under the weight of tyranny. The government overplayed their hand. They thought we would break. They thought we would fail. But look at us now. My mother, my wife, they suffered for 3 years. And those who made them suffer will pay.
Yeah!
Let me be clear. I'm not talking about violent retribution. I'm talking about something much more powerful. Accountability and the rule of law.
Yep, exactly.
That is why today we are announcing a lawsuit against the DOJ.
Woo! Yeah!
For their murders, their lies, and the endless suffering they have put us through. And make no mistake, we will not be asking the public for funding. With the success of our crypto initiatives and the Proud Coin, we now have the means to fight this battle without relying on anyone else. This is a tool of power, a tool of self-sufficiency, and a tool that will help fund the lawsuit that will bring justice for all. This fight is not over. It's only begun. We will hold those responsible to account, and we will never stop fighting for the truth, for liberty, and for justice.
Hoorah!
And now, to talk further about the powerful tool that helped us take this fight to the next level, I'd like to invite Ethan Nordine to speak more about the monetary vehicle we've created through the success of the Proud Coin and our innovative approach to crypto. We're no longer bound by the constraints of traditional funding. With this new tool, we have the resources to keep pushing forward and to make sure justice is served. Please join me in welcoming Ethan to share more about this incredible step we have taken for accountability. Thank you.
God bless you.
That allowed us to have a voice, first and foremost. I just want to speak not so much about myself, but just about people, not left, right, not the foe or the friend, but people. And that's kind of what we're doing with this Proud Coin. We're really trying to allocate as much relief as we can to those who were directly affected by this travesty. I personally saw a lot of men suffer. I saw a lot of men have their families destroyed. A lot of people fed into the propaganda as far as some of these men's families and had their children taken from them. They lost their houses, their businesses, everything they had. fresh. So they're coming out starting fresh from nothing. And we're still, it's an uphill battle still to get a bank account, to get an ID, to, you know, enter CPAC. Sometimes we're running into all sorts of problems, and we're working on them one step at a time. We can't take leaps and bounds like we'd like to, but as long as we're moving forward, you know, we're going to be happy with that, because for 4 years, I sat in federal prison, not able to experience any momentum forward, but just to wait. Be patient and wait for my opportunity to come out here and to seek justice. Everybody touched on the topic pretty thoroughly, so I'll just get right into the coin. What we're going to do, as some of the selected Proud Boys here that went through the torture and the persecution, as well as some of the Lost Boys here, which we'll talk about further in the future, is we're going to allocate 12% of the coins, the Proud coin, to individuals who are incarcerated during the time for January 6th, to help their families and to help them get on a new start. We're putting this coin and structuring it in a way for people to get educated about the future, which we believe crypto is going to be the future as far as currency is concerned, and it's going to allow people to not be so limited to being censored and dropped by, say, payment processing companies and other people who want to remain biased politically. Because again, this isn't about political agendas. This isn't about the left or the right. This is about people. Because at the end of the day, we're all Americans. We the people, we call the shots, not the people up in there. We elect them to represent us, not to censor us or slander us or to put us in prison. So we want to direct individuals who were incarcerated, who were charged with January 6 related charges, who experienced prison time, okay, to Telegram. Please download Telegram. And I'm sorry, 1 second.
Do not touch anybody, everybody.
Do not touch me.
Don't touch me. Then don't touch me. And then let's all not touch each other. Then let's all not touch each other.
Oh boy, here comes the nut.
Guys, thank you so much for coming out. God bless you all and God bless America.
The police say a whistle is not a noise amplification device.
Just grab my hand. This guy shoved me. This guy shoved me.
I can't breathe.
You sexually harassing me, right?
I'm sexually
harassing. See you later. Bye-bye.
So here's the deal. People don't understand how these folks were weaponized against. I'm going to break it down for you. And these are the individuals and institutions that are going to be facing the accountability, the justice, the comeuppance.
With a small dick! I'm in delusion with a small dick! I'm in delusion with a small dick!
Your job in the collective for America, okay?
I'm in delusion with a
Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, who was the joint session leader, was the one that controlled all law enforcement.
I'm in delusion with a small dick!
Irving that day. Additionally, she lied, who used to be the Inspector General for John Brennan over at the CIA. Those three individuals and the General Counsel of the Capitol Police, Tad Tobias, manipulated the CCTV footage and manipulated false perjurious testimony of U.S. Capitol Police officers, compiled that evidence before sending it to Matt Graves, the U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia. While that was going on, the FBI and DOJ was then adding a layer of their manipulated bias to only include incriminating evidence, inculpatory, that was also manipulated. And then by the time it got to the courtroom, whether it was a judge in a bench trial or the jury pool of DC, the J6 cover-up committee, I call it the J6 FED-surrection cover-up committee, already spent 2 years, over 10 hearings, prime time, leveraging you little bitches, all of you, to manipulate the entire country, the jury pool, and the judges. I'm talking about the credentialed press here, to go ahead and make America, the jury, DC, and the judges think that these men, real men, patriots, they call them the biggest criminals, the worst people in the history of humanity. Why? Just like Stuart Rhodes just said, just like Enrique said, in order to get to Donald Trump through them, so that the whole world, through you little bitches, would think that these were treasonists, insurrectionists, etc. Well, guess what? What part of Green Beret and lawyer did you fucking miss, Nancy Pelosi? Because you missed a lot. We're gonna go ahead and take this up to Nancy Pelosi. We're gonna take this up to the previous DOJ leadership, to include Matt Graves. We're gonna take it to Merrick Garland, and we're gonna take it to the Article 3 judges through impeachments, okay? So my role as the America's Secretary of Retribution is to coordinate the political will and courage across the federal government, with the federal government, whether it's Pam Bondi, whether it's the COVID con with our Bobby Kennedy, or whether it's with the holdings within the Intel community, and Kash Patel as of yesterday, whether they allow me in their office or not. This will be a fight in the court of public opinion to mobilize the citizens and constituents of the 2,500 district attorneys throughout the country, to motivate them to do what the precedent was already set by Fulton Fanny or Alvin Bragg in Manhattan, or whether it's the 27 attorneys general or more throughout the country, to do exactly what Letitia James was trying to do against President Trump. So federal, state, local, and we're gonna use you bitches to our advantage to showcase to the entire country that that was not an insurrection, it was a FED-surrection. And I speak only for myself, not for any of these men, because I can use a little bit more spicy rhetoric because of the circumstances that played out.
No one was charged with insurrection.
Well, guess what? We're gonna move from, well, let me see here. You had 20 years?
I got 18.
And you had how many?
22. 18.
He has a 22-inch insurrection, and he's got an 18-inch insurrection.
I got 18.
He got a 17-inch insurrection. So guess what? We're going to expose the FED-surrection, and we're going to play you along the way, okay? Thank you.
Insurrection. So we're going to open up the floor. Just call any of the 7 and let us know. We're going to start with USA Today.
Yeah. Have you been in contact with President Trump about any of the initiatives you talked about, like prison reform and things like that? Like, have you had direct conversations with President Trump? And
not
how
directly,
often do you talk with him?
not directly with the president's office or anybody in the administration, but indirectly by doing things like this, social media and things like that. You know, we're very independent, so that's what we focus on.
Scott Taylor, WJLA TV. I want to talk about your lawsuit. How much is it? When are you going to file it? And what are you going to try to prove for your lawsuit?
So those details on the actual lawsuit are going to come very, very soon, within the next 2 weeks.
Well, it's already in a Miami newspaper article, $150 million.
Yes. So, yes, about $150 million, but we haven't focused on exactly what it's going to be, but we will be filing within the next 2 to 3 weeks maximum.
I'll give you a card to stay in contact, and we'll let you know.
Okay. Next, the Proud Coin. It's a coin that's not. Go ahead. Actually, Ethan, do you want to take this question?
What's that?
It's Proud Coin.
I have 3. So it's the first.
You know, nothing like that at all.
Okay. So it's in its beginning stages.
Yes, it's in the beginning stage.
Got it. So when do you expect to be able to utilize those funds?
Stop platforming Nazis! I love your work, Olivia. Stop platforming Nazis!
That's the base, because at the end of the day, it's crypto. So it's not like a dollar amount right now, but again, that's what we're using it for. We're working on also payment system integration with some websites, but it's a project that...
Stop platforming Nazis!
to mention essentially criminal justice reform writ large.
Oh, hell yeah.
So you said basically, this was not something you paid attention to beforehand.
Yes.
Why didn't you? Because people have been talking about criminal justice reform for a long time.
Well,
And now you're preaching the same thing.
Well, I know. Well, think about this.
People talk about it until they're actually there. Then you know.
One at a time. So, I will be honest. I was a very privileged person at the time, and for me, I grew up kind of ignorant. The blind's been removed. I grew up thinking that if someone was in jail, they probably deserved to be there, and my family felt the same way, and others that I know. So now that I've gone through this corrupt system and seen what it's like, and had the opportunity to meet a lot of men and women who have been through this system corruptly for years and years and years before me, it broke my heart, and I want to use what platform I have for the time being to help these men get back home, because they deserve it. They've been going through it way longer than us, way harsher, and these men deserve to go home to their families. And I want to do whatever I can to help in any way, and I'm willing to meet with people that already have experience and try to take what I can and mesh with them and work on something. So,
and then just to hit on that further, I've been working on criminal justice reform. Obviously, I have a past. I've been working on criminal justice reform since 2014. When I ran for Congress in 2020, it was the #1 initiative that I had on my webpage. It was my #1 concern was criminal justice reform. So this isn't a new thing. This is not just because I went through the system or I learned it. This is something that I've been fighting for a long time.
And then I have one last question. As we were walking here, you, sir, Biggs, is it?
Yeah, Joe Biggs.
Thank you. You said you wanted to take the path that you had taken on January 6th, and you actually sort of waved to some of the Capitol Police officers. You guys all cheered USA, USA when they escorted some of the protesters. Well, look, we all saw the videos. I'm not suggesting everyone did bad things, but that same respect was not necessarily afforded to all Capitol Police officers 4 years ago. Why is it different now? Why do we cheer them today?
Well, if the trial would have been honest and they would have allowed a lot of the footage out there, you would have seen that's how I acted. I walked up to officers and said hello and spoke to them. I even had them come up to me with their arms crossed in a non-threatening way, saying, "Hey, what do you want to do?" And I go, "Hey, can I go to the restroom?" And they took me over there. It was very non-threatening. I can't speak for the other people there, but I can speak for myself and who I was around. We weren't being assholes. We were being respectful and walked through an open door and then left. Then I came back in to look for a friend that I couldn't find. After unsuccessfully not being able to find him, I left.
So would you then at least say that the actions of others who were violent against
I can't speak for other people.
I'm not asking you to speak for them. I'm just saying.
The police fired on the crowd first. That's the start of the whole thing. The police fired on the crowd.
Yes, and that is true. So when we approached the fence up there, everybody was waving flags. There was nothing going on. But then for some reason, the head of the Capitol Police came out and ordered them to fire into the crowd. Then I saw a giant police officer knock out a female chick, punch her right in the face. So that inflamed the crowd, and that's what sparked it. The police have to be peacemakers. They have to de-escalate situations, and instead what they did was escalate things. And that is something that I don't understand why.
Shooting people in the face.
All right.
Wait. Clear. Next to me, they killed Roseanne Boylan. I was just holding my hand.
All right, next question.
Guys, please.
Next.
Just one question, yeah. Who exactly is suing? Who are the plaintiffs? Do you already have a lawyer?
We do have a lawyer. We'll be announcing that in the coming weeks, but right now it's the 5 of us that are going to be suing the DOJ. And we're also looking into other agencies like the Bureau of Prisons also. But right now we've decided to move forward, and again in the next 2 to 3 weeks we will be filing.
And is Stuart Rhodes also suing?
You would have to ask Stuart.
Stuart, are you also suing?
Are you also suing?
Yes. Yes, I am. Yeah, I'm talking to Mark Bukowski.
Yes.
My attorney.
Yeah, so they're different, but yes. I think to be honest with you, I think you're going to see 1,600 people sue the DOJ in one form or another, whether it's class action or personal.
And what would be the charges?
Please separate the disruptors, please.
I will be announcing that soon, and you'll see the filing and read it from there.
Please separate the disruptors.
To those people that are afraid of violence because they're a bunch of liars, fuck you. That's all I have to go. We got to wrap this up. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll see you. You're platforming us. You're platforming us.
Platforming Nazis!
You're literally platforming us.
We love you. We really do.
Nazis!
You're literally platforming us.
white supremacists here trying to interrupt the press conference.
To be honest with you, how I want it remembered is exactly what we were planning on doing that day. We're planning on enjoying a speech from the president, then go listen to the lead singer of the Misfits do an unplugged session for us, and we're going to drink beer and have a good time. So I want people to know what we were planning that day, because what we weren't planning was to attempt to overthrow the government, because I promise you, if we did plan it, it would have worked.
Are you worried that history books will get it wrong and put it a different way than you would want?
I'm sorry?
Are you worried that the history books are going to tell it a different way than you would want?
I mean,
who cares?
I don't care, because I do things like this, so I talk to you guys. Whether people want to believe us or not, I don't care what history book writes. I'm with my brothers, I'm with this beautiful crowd of J6ers, and that's what's important to me.
Do some real reporting.
We want the J6 to be remembered as what occurred that day. What we still have yet to know, and what you guys have failed to do, is discuss what happened at the senior leadership of the Capitol and the decision-making process there. We have a brand new subcommittee that was just created, announced a couple weeks ago by Speaker Mike Johnson, and it's going to be within the Judiciary Committee. The subcommittee chairman of that is going to be Barry Loudermilk, who was on the subcommittee of oversight within House administration for the last Congress. That subcommittee is going to continue to expose that at scale. One other didn't do anything, or it's because they were part of the FED-surrection. We will prove everything.
All right. Anybody else new? Go ahead.
I have a question for Dominique.
No, it was escalated by the police. I was just reacting to. I mean, come on, man. They were throwing everything they had in a crowd of people that were really doing nothing wrong, man. It all started. There was a couple instigators that were just pushing against the riot shields, and then the orders given to open fire on everyone. That's what instigated. Guy standing right next to me, got shot in the face, tore half his face off, he's bleeding all over the ground. Yeah, we went there to try to be heard that day, and we were treated like peasants that had no reason to be there and go away. You know, we're just unload on you and shoot at you. No, we wanted to be heard. And you know what? If I broke a window and went in there, we were heard. So,
Amen. You got anything else?
What's a Nazi?
Starts believing that shit, that we're white supremacists and Nazis, and then they go ahead and they want to be violent towards us. You know? So it is dangerous, it's a lie, and it's fucked up.
Hey, the biggest mistake that they made, though, when they put us in jail was you exposed us to all kinds of people who would normally never meet us. And there were people from Chicago, California, black gangs, Hispanic gangs, all these gangs, and they go, wow, you guys aren't anything like the media says, and now I have the back. These people all have my back. People who would normally just believe what you say when you lie about us, they all see us as kind-hearted, loving people who are amazing, and you messed up. Because now more and more people know we're freaking awesome,
like Trump too.
and we're going to keep doing it. And everybody in there loved Trump. Hey, when they said that when Trump won, the prison I was at in Talladega, shout out to everybody at the Talladega FCI, they all cheered for me. Everywhere I went, they were cheering and clapping for me every day. They were so proud to know that Trump won and to know that Trump was going to keep his word to get us home. Trump inspired every guy in there, Asian, black, white, it didn't matter. He gave everybody inspiration, and he should inspire you, because we're now the greatest country in the world. Amen.
So another part of the question, are we planning to take legal actions? We're looking at those options right now at the moment. I'm going to take two more questions. You, sir.
Do you think the former FED officer, Shane Lamont, who had discussions with you, is now convicted? Do you think he should be pardoned?
I'm going to tell you right now, unequivocally, besides the 14 individuals, I'm going to say 13 individuals that need a pardon. Shane Lamont, Lieutenant Shane Lamont, did nothing wrong, and Shane Lamont needs a pardon. One more question.
You guys don't have a card yet. We're going to give you updates on what's coming up. We're doing documentaries, and we're going to be back at the Capitol meeting to you, brother.
We conquered that building. We won. You tried to throw us all in prison. You failed. You tried to destroy our lives. You failed. We talked to J.D. Vance and Trump administration on the phone. We said, here's what I need to pardon all the J6ers. And they agreed with us, and they pardoned all of them.
Hopefully it comes back around, brother. You know.
Amen. I'm just here looking for Harry Dunn.
Harry Dunn.
Harry Dunn, where you at?
What's up, buddy?
Harry Dunn.
Hey, Stuart, what's up, my brother? Stuart, that building right there, United States Capitol. What's that building mean to you?
Well, I was standing out here that day. We should go inside and get a tour, I think.
Yeah, I'd like to.
It's been a long time since
I
I've been inside.
never made it in.
Neither did I.
Do you guys want to do that? I'd like to do that.
Not right now. But yeah, eventually.
Little snitch bitch. Look at all the bitches following their snitch. Snitch bitches. Bunch of snitch bitches. Bunch of little snitchy ass bitches.
Fuck the
Proud Boys.
I wish you would. I've been in prison for a long time.
Fuck the Proud Boys. Fuck the Proud Boys. Fuck the Proud Boys.
Fuck you.
Here we go. Fuck the Proud Boys. Like, look at them. Fucking chode little bitches. Bunch of chode little. Whose streets? My motherfucking streets. DC streets. Black Lives Matter streets. Free Palestine streets.
Get a job,
Fuck
get a
the
life, you
Proud
stupid
Boys.
bitch, ugly bitch, dumb bitch, retarded bitch. Get a life. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Fuck the Proud Boys. Fuck the Proud Boys. Fuck the Proud Boys.
Stop being Karen. Get a life. Get a dick. Fuck off.
Fuck you.
Harris is gone.
You
Where we
stupid
going?
bitch. You fucking retarded cunt. You retarded cunt.
Fuck
Fuck
you,
bitch.
Fuck
Fuck you, bitch.
You little snitch? Protecting your snitch, huh? Protecting your snitch? Fuck the Proud Boys!
Yeah, you're super relevant. Everybody cares.
Fuck the Proud Boys. Oh.
Fuck the
Let's take pictures. Get everybody up on the steps right there. Capitol in the background. That's a big, beautiful photo. Jan 6 photo here.
Nice.
In the back. Short ones up front. Jan 6 photo. Get them.
People in the middle.
Take a Jan 6 photo. Come on, we're going to take a big photo.
You can step in my jacket.
Get this bitch out of here.
Honorary Jan 6er.
I guess we're taking a photo.
Yes. That's all the problem. Jan 6ers on the steps are taking a photo.
Yes, we're taking photos. Get out here. Fascists, go! Go, fascists, go! Go, go, go! I'm not gonna let them fucking intimidate me. I'm not gonna let them intimidate me.
So you guys can go back to whatever you're doing. Okay. So like that. I just don't.
I'm gonna follow you until you
Okay,
leave
go your own separate ways.
I'm gonna follow you until you
Sounds
leave
good.
DC. Awesome. I'm gonna follow you until you leave DC.
Hey guys, listen up. Dispersing your own things.
Yeah.
Go ahead and follow your hotel. And also, so the
We know
Capitol
where you're
Police
staying.
can go back to whatever they're doing over
We know
there.
where you're staying.
Okay, sounds good.
We know where you're staying. Linden Ave. We know where you're staying.
Linden Ave?
Sing the anthem real quick.
Enrique,
just sing
federal
the
judge.
anthem real quick.
Her brother kidnapped a federal judge that they want to meth out.
Oh, yeah.
He deserves a death penalty. Fucking jump.
Hey guys, I want to say something quick about the 5 Jan 6. Hey guys, we still have 5 January 6th political prisoners still left behind bars. You have Jeremy Brown, you have Edward Kelly, you have Elias Kosanis. Yes, you have a lot. He got released today. We got one of them out today, guys. We're here at the Capitol trying to still fight. We've got pardon but not free t-shirts out here. There are some Jan 6ers that have been left behind. We need to fight for them. We need to fight for them. No man left behind. Amen. No man left behind. No man left behind.
Proud Boys left. You lost.
The Proud Boys and the J6ers are all terrorists.
You're mentally ill. You're mentally deranged.
Go home to your babies. Go.
Good. Some lady put a phone right in my bed.
Got a lot of stuff.
A little bit of common sense.
Ow, ow, ow.
If it's too tight, just leave it on. We'll do it a process.
Excuse us. Back up. Come on.
Yep.
Move down, move back, come on. Come on. Move back, guys. Move back, guys. Watch the pole behind you. Move back. Keep going.
Could you tell me what happened? Enrique assaulted me. Enrique lost his temper and thought he could do whatever he wanted and assaulted me.